First, measure up 84 inches. Next, draw a level line. Now, position the rail so the line is visible through the center of the mounting holes. Then, mark the holes with your pencil. Now it's time to pre-drill the marked holes with a 5/16 inch masonry bit. Make sure to drill the holes deep enough to accommodate the whole length of the screw. Next, tap the anchors into holes. Next, place the rail back on the wall over the anchors and hand twist the screws into the anchors to hold the rail in place while you grab a drill. Tighten the screws with your drill. This part is important. Do not tighten the screw beyond going flush to the wall.
Now, let's get started measuring. In planning and measuring your space, you'll want to get the following measurements. You'll want to get the width, the depth, the height of the closet, in addition to the baseboard. First, measure the width of the closet. You'll want to do this at the floor, near to the floor, and close to the ceiling, because sometimes these measurements differ. Then, measure the depth of the closet, from the door to the back wall. Then, measure the height, and measure the baseboard. You'll want to measure the baseboard to make sure that any product you install does not interfere with it. So as you can see from this graphic, our final measurements came out to be 24 inches deep, 50 inches wide, and 96 inches tall. Installing an adjustable storage system is easy, but before we get started, let's go over a few tools that you'll need. First, you'll need a hammer, a drill, a 5/16 inch drill bit, measure tape, a pencil, a pad of paper, a level, and some safety goggles. Like any home improvement project, there's a few safety requirements that you might consider. For instance, wear safety glasses and be careful if you need to use a stepladder.
First, measure up 84 inches from the floor and mark the wall. Then draw a level line at 84 inches across the wall by using a 2-foot to 3-foot level. Hold the rail from the left side of the wall and position the rail so the line is visible through the center of the mounting holes. Then mark the holes with your pencil. Now it's time to pre-drill the marked holes with a 5/16 inch drill and tap anchors into the holes. Next, place the rail back on the wall over the anchors and hand twist the screws into the anchors to hold the rail in place while you grab a drill. Tighten the screws with your drill. This part is important. After the screw goes flush to the rail, keep turning the screw for 6 to 8 full rotations so the anchor tightens into a ball behind the drywall. Don't be nervous about stripping the anchor. You cannot over-tighten the screw in the anchor. This patented anchor system is what gives FreedomRail its strength. You can see that the anchor rosettes behind the wall to give it a 360-degree contact. Then the last step. Wipe off the screw heads and place cover stickers over them for a cleaner look.
Tighten the screws with the drill. This part is important. After the screw goes flush to the rail, keep turning the screw for 6 to 8 full rotations so the anchor tightens into a ball behind the drywall. Don't be nervous about stripping the anchor. You cannot over-tighten the screw in the anchor. The uprights go onto the rail using the slot in the top back of the upright. Slide the upright onto the rail using the slot. You'll want to start with all the uprights side by side and install the brackets next. Install the brackets according to your design. the brackets easily snap into place. On the left-hand side of the closet, we'll have double hang. And on the right-hand side of the closet, we're going to have a couple of shelves. Now that all the brackets are in place, we can spread the uprights out. Now that we have all the shelves in place, we can attach the shelf locators. The shelf locator has adhesive on one side and inserts into the bracket on the other side. A shelf locator can be placed in each bracket to keep the shelf from sliding back and forth. To install a ventilated shelf, you would use a ventilated bracket that has a notch in the middle. Place the brackets into the uprights. Take the ventilated shelf and position the center rod over the notch in the bracket. Then, while putting pressure on the center rod and lifting up on the front of the shelf, and it easily snaps into place. Now we're going to look at assembling an O-box. O-box is short for organizational box. O-boxes can be used anywhere throughout your home. For instance, you can use an O-box for drawers in your closet to remove the need for a dresser in your bedroom. Or you can use O-boxes in your pantry with sliding drawers to hold your bulky items. Or in the linen closet so your linens don't collect dust. Let's get started. First, you're going to take the right and left-hand side of the O-boxes that are marked with an L and R and place the brackets. Next, you'll take the top and bottom and add the connector bolts. After the connecting bolts are placed, make sure the cams are open on the left and right hand side panels and attach them to the top and bottom of the O-box. Then tighten the cams securely. Now we'll be installing the glides on the inside of the drawers. You want to open each glide and take out the top piece by pulling the black tab. Then you attach the outer glides to the inside of the O-box. The back of the glide, the rear bumper should go towards the back of the O-box. Now that we have the O-box complete with the drawer glides attached, we're going to build the drawer boxes. Take the top of the drawers and install the connecting bolts. Now you'll take the bottom of the drawers and put wood screws in each side. Now you make sure the cams are open to receive the top of the drawer, the front of the drawer. Now we'll insert the drawer bottoms and install the drawer fronts. The drawer bottoms easily slide into place. Then be sure the cams are open and install the drawer fronts. After they're in place, you want to tighten the cams. Now we'll install the drawer handles. I recommend keeping the drawer flat. It's easier to install the handles. The brackets go towards the top of the O box. I also recommend pulling out the drawer glides. Now you can push in the drawers. Matching them up with the glides. You've now officially completed assembling an O-box. The rod clips insert into the bottom of the holes of the brackets, and they snap in place. Now that the rod clips are in place, we'll get the close rods ready. Take a rod stop, put it in each end of the close rod, and tighten it. Now that the rod stops are in, you can place it into the rod clips and pull down until it snaps into place.